I'm gonna explain about particles. Particles with verbs are very difficult, so please read page 90 to 91 on your textbook before you start learning them with this slide. Okay, you learn how to say to hear, to listen. It's kiku. And using particles, you can make this sentence longer. For example, you want to add an object like 音楽, music, to this verb. And then you want to say, I listen to music. It becomes, メアリーさんは音楽を聴きます。You know, 聞く becomes 聞きます in a sentence, formal sentence. And then you remember how to start the sentence with subject and は. So for this sentence, メアリーさん is the subject. So you put は after メアリーさん。メアリーさんは. And now, if you want to add object to this sentence, object 音楽 music. After that word, you just put the particle, new particle, o. Okay, use this o, not the vowel o. Okay, this o is for the object. It indicates that before this o is the object of the sentence. And this is most natural order of sentence like this. But you can switch 音楽を and then メアリーさんは if you want. And it still means Mary listen to music. Like 音楽をメアリーさんは聴きます。That's something you can do in Japanese. You can switch subject and object. The noun, as long as the noun has the right particle after that, the meaning doesn't change. But you can emphasize object if you put object first. Okay, so that's why particles are very important. I showed another example using particle o. Oh, sorry. No, I actually add another word to this sentence. 図書館. 図書館 is a place. If you want to add place to this sentence, like Mary listened to music at the library, it becomes メアリーさんは図書館で音楽を聴きます. Now sentence got longer, and then we got new particle. After subject, you put wa, you learned that before. And then now, this is the new particle. Place and de. For place, you have to use the particle de. That indicates that before de is a place. She does the action. And then object and o. Then always put the verb at the end. Let's say this one more time. メアリーさんは図書館で音楽を聴きます. Now don't put too much stress on particles and say メアリーさんは図書館で音楽を聴きます. That's not right. メアリーさんは図書館で音楽を聴きます. It's the right way. And then this is most natural order. Subject は place で object を and then verb. But except the verb, you can switch other ones around. That you can do with particles. Okay, I said for place you put de, but this is different case. So for 行く to go, 来る to come, to 帰る to go back. When you use them, the place is marked with different particles. For example, when you go to library, 図書館, if you want to add the word to this verb, to go, it's not de. Okay, this place is more like a destination or goal. So it's not the place you do the action. You're moving from one place to another. And then you should use particle ni or e. Okay, hiragana is he, but you should pronounce e for the particle you're using for this. And then it becomes メアリーさんは図書館へ行きます。or メアリーさんは図書館に行きます。So for goal or destination, it's not the e or ni. There are not many differences which one you use, so you can use either one, e or ni for destination. Now, we're gonna add one more thing to the previous sentence. メアリーさんは図書館で音楽を聴きます。You added object and place. But now you add time to this sentence. Like 2 o'clock. You add the time, 2 o'clock, 2時. Okay. It becomes メアリーさんは2時に図書館で音楽を聴きます。So remember, after subject is は particle は. Now new particle に. Well, に is used for destination too, but you can use that for time too. 2時 and に particle に, and then place plus で and object and o, and then verb comes at the end. That's the most natural order. But about time ni, you have to know something more. For this, look at the page 91 and then read about time references. I make it more simple, but you should read it before you hear this explanation from me. You need the particle ni for time expressions like 2時に. But there are cases that you don't need to use any particles after the time expressions. So, but remember this 2 situations. You need ni. And then for other cases, you basically don't need to put ni. The 2 cases you definitely need ni after time is 1, day of the week. Like on Sunday. Sunday is 日曜日. And then if you want to say, for example, I'll go on Sunday. It becomes 日曜日に行きます. You need particle に. Other case you need に is numerical time expressions. Like the time expression you use numbers. Like at 10:45 or in September. Oh, September doesn't have a number in it, but in Japanese it does. September in Japanese is 9th month, 9月. So we use numbers. For those expressions you need ni. For example, 10時45分に起きます means I will get up at 10:45. Has numbers in it, so you put ni. And another example is 9月に帰ります I will go back in September. September in Japanese has a number, 9月, number 9. At number 9 months. So for these cases you need ni, but other cases you don't have to put anything. Look at this too. You do not need particle ni with the following situations. Time expression defined relative to the present moment, such as today and tomorrow. You don't need ni. So if you want to say I will come tomorrow, it becomes just 明日来ます. Well, I'm gonna add this information for you too, but particle ni is similar to your prepositions in English. So for example, you don't say I will come on tomorrow or at tomorrow or something like that. For those cases that you don't need to put prepositions, you actually, don't need particle ni for that too. So it's very similar. Expression describing regular intervals such as every day. 毎日 You don't need ni. For example, I watch TV every day. 毎日テレビを見ます。Okay, 毎日テレビを見ます。So for every day, you don't put on or anything as a preposition. So in Japanese too, you don't need anything to put after the word. Another case is the word for when. いつ You don't say on when, so you don't need any particles. Like when we go is いつ行きますか You don't say いつに行きますか And this is kind of additional information, but for words like in the morning, 朝 and at night, 夜 and the word for weekend, 週末 you don't usually put に However, these words can be followed by に depending on styles, emphasis, and personal preferences, so it's kind of optional. So again, I said it's very important when you have to use particle に only two, day of the week and then time expression including numbers. For other cases, you don't need to put に usually. So that's very important to know. And another example I'll show you is, you have to add time expression to this sentence. メアリーさんは友達の家でテレビを見ます。She watches TV at friend's house. If you want to add the word 明日 tomorrow, what do? Okay, think about when you need に when you don't need に It becomes メアリーさんは明日のパリゴ友達の家でテレビを見ます。Okay, the word 明日 tomorrow, for example, is the case that you don't need to put パリゴに。Okay, I show you another example. This is the case you need where パリゴえ or に you go somewhere or you come somewhere. You come from somewhere or you go back. You put particle e or ni for place. And then when you put time to this, it becomes like this. Like 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock she goes to school is メアリーさんは8時に学校に来ます. Like this, you can use に for 2 times. Or it becomes メアリーさんは8時に学校へ来ます。に and え you can use too. Now I'll show you how to ask questions and how to answer those questions too. Okay, you can use verbs now. Like I said before, questions in Japanese is very simple. You just have to add particle か at the end of the sentence, and then it becomes a question. So, 図書館で本を読みます. I read books at the library. If you wanna ask, you just put particle か at the end. So, it becomes 図書館で本を読みますか? And then, if you wanna say yes, don't say はい、そうです. This is used for nouns. And then now you're using verb. So you have to keep the same verb used in a question and then say, yes, I read. So it becomes or はい、読みます. 読みます. Yes, and then verb affirmative. For no, you should change it to negative form. Negative form is very simple in Japanese, as you remember. ます becomes ません. So you say, no, I don't read. So it becomes いいえ、読みません. I repeat one more time. 図書館で本を読みますか? 読みます. Or いいえ、読みません. When you hear something new, say this. そうですか.